Every video out there tells you to work from home with no experience. But for those of us who are over 50, nobody is talking to you because you are the person who has spent 20, 30, or even more years building a career. You have raised a family, maybe, and you have solved real problems for real people. So today I'm going to talk to you because here is what I have discovered. You don't need experience to work from home. You already have it. What you need is a process to take that experience from your corporate work, from your corporate career, from your home, or maybe other involvements that you have, the soft skills you have, and turn that into something that people are going to pay for. I'm going to show you the exact 6 step process that I use to help people just like you do exactly that. And I'll share something personal from my own life that has completely changed how I see this. Okay. Maybe you have burnt out in your work, or maybe you just see a layoff coming and you don't have enough money, or maybe you have retired or have been laid off and you have financial obligations that you need to fulfill and you just have little money left to go with that. I know what that is like. Maybe for you, it's just that the corporate work is a glove that just doesn't fit anymore. You know, you go to the office and you just do barely enough to stay out of trouble and get paid, but you have left emotionally. You've already checked out, not because the people are bad or what, but for some people that time just comes around. Somewhere along the way, someone has made you feel that the best years are behind you, like you have nothing left to offer anymore. And the truth is, that is not true. I keep seeing a lot of people who are retired and they keep saying retirement are the best years. Now I can do what I've always wanted and all these things. So it's not true that the best years are behind you. You can actually have what we're calling now the second act. Okay. In a moment, I'll tell you about the day my wife was laid off and how that actually became one of the most important turning points for me in and how I see this thing. Now, as I go through this video, if you relate to what I'm sharing, I want you to keep this in mind. If you want to take action, you want me to hold your hand through this process, there's a link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. I want you to click there, book a 30-minute call, and we're going to talk about how you're going to do this. No pressure at all for you to buy anything, just a conversation. I will be on the other end of that call. Okay. Now, I know firsthand what it is like to be laid off just like that. Some years ago, I took my wife to her office. An hour later, she calls me and she says, "Honey, come and pick me up." And I said, "Are you okay? Are you sick?" Because I mean, it had just been an hour. And she says, "I'll explain when you're here, but I am fine. I'm not sick." So I drove over there as fast as I could. That time, I was running a car rental business from my home. And it was a few months after I had been laid off a project management job that I had. So I come to her and she says, "I've been laid off." And this was barely 2 hours into the workday. Here's the kicker, that was on my birthday. So do we celebrate or, my wife was going through things and it was just something that was, yeah, not an easy experience. And that changed everything for me from that point on how I see work. I have developed a 6 step process that takes everything you have lived and learned and turns it into a real income online. And I want to walk you through those 6 steps. The first step is to decide what you can help with. You look at your professional experience, you look at your career history, you look at your personal life struggles, the things you have learned to do. You have soft skills, the way you handle people. We look at all those things, and we are going to turn some of them into something someone is searching for, something they are willing to pay you for. So that's the first thing. That's the audit that we do. So if we can call it that. Then, secondly, we are going to look at the question of whether you are qualified. Is someone you used to pay you for something or has paid you for something in the past? Then definitely yes, you are qualified. There is still value in you, and your best years are probably ahead of you. You just need evidence. So we're going to look into that. Okay. Your career is full of it, your lived experience is full of it. The third step is, how are you going to deliver your help? Are you going to write a PDF? Are you going to do a YouTube channel? Are you going to do coaching? Are you going to do a community? Now, this depends on what it is you're delivering, and the kind of time freedom that you want. If you're running a community, you might need to show up every day or once a week, do a coaching call, or twice a week, or things like that. So why I don't recommend a particular vehicle for a particular person for everybody is because people are different. We are not trying to fit round holes into square pegs or square pegs into round holes. It just doesn't work. This is not a cookie cutter approach. We're going to look at what you want and how we are going to design the business around it. Okay. So step four is one that most people do not think about. And because they skip this, they end up never being found. But you need to stay with me, and I'm going to share with you. Step four is where you decide, who are you going to help? Think about who you were 10, 15 years ago, or even 5 years ago. Who is going through what you have already been through? That person is your audience. When I did this process and I started uploading my videos on YouTube, and I started writing articles on LinkedIn and Medium, it's amazing how many people started saying, "Hey, we need to talk." Some people started following me, and I'll ask them, why are you following what I'm writing or what I'm posting on YouTube? And they said, "Oh, this happened and I relate with you." So there is a younger you out there that is looking for what you have gone through. And you are the one who has gone through it. You have blazed the trail and you're ready to help. Define who you're going to help, because you can't be a wandering generality. You need to be a meaningful specific. This is something that I learned from Sean Kamal of Think Media. Step number five, where are they? Where are the people that you're going to help? Do they hang out on LinkedIn? Are they in Facebook groups? Are they on Reddit? Are they searching for these answers on YouTube? Why that is important is because you have to go where they are. That's where you show up and start giving value, giving impact, making their lives better, giving them hope, and telling them, "I've been there, I've been through it, this is the way." And you show them what it is. The moment you show up in a place where your ideal audience is, they can tell who's a fraud and who is the genuine thing. So there's the kind of content that you put out on the platform that helps you to connect with the people that you need to be helping. Step number six, which is really sweet, is you find your first paying client or first paying client, like I did. This is where everything comes together. Once you know what you offer, once you know who you help and where they are, you go and find them intentionally, not hoping they will stumble upon you. You have to be intentional about where you're going to find your first paying clients. I remember the first time I ran a live workshop. I simply put a WhatsApp status on my phone for a number of days and I said, hey, I am going to show you how you can turn your experiences into a business. It's going to cost so much. You need a computer with internet, and that was it. And people showed up. It was an amazing three people, and one did drop out last minute. So I ended up being with two. They paid, and I did the workshop and I shared with them this process that I'm telling you. And I challenged them. I said, you go do this again on your own, and you're going to come up with a blueprint of how you can start your YouTube channel. And no one complained. They told me that it was helpful. The other one said that because of the work, it was going to be difficult for them to put it into action, you know. But just the thought of I have something that can help change somebody else's life positively, and you're getting paid for it, that sealed the deal for me. So this is what I do now. I've pressure tested this and it works. It gives those results for those who are willing to work. And yes, it does take work. So why does all this matter? 2 years ago, I lost my job 2 months after turning 50. And I discovered that by default, I was retired because it's pretty hard to get back into the corporate world right now. A lot of jobs are being lost because of AI. Just yesterday, Meta laid off 8,000 workers because they've been replaced by AI. 8,000. And I've interacted with some of them, and it's not an easy thing to go through, even if they tell you that this is what is going to happen. So I lost my job 2 months after turning 50. And I realized, hey, I am retired. If I ever get back into the corporate world, that would be great. But for now, I consider myself retired. I still, at that time, it dawned on me that I still have a family to take care of, to provide for, and I still have financial responsibilities. And I had to figure this out really fast. I couldn't have time to feel pity for myself. And it was also at a time when our youngest son was in recovery from leukemia treatment. He's doing far much better now. And you have no time to mop after yourself and say, boo hoo, this happened to me. I had to figure things out fast. And so I started doing exactly what I've described to you today, the 6 steps, and it started working for me. I realized I have to tell other people about this. It's a thing I pressure tested with my daughter. She has a business. I'm just waiting for her to come back home and then we'll launch her business. I've pressure tested this with a friend recently, and he has got a whole blueprint that he can go online and start implementing if he wants. If he wants my help in that, that would be another story. But for this, I was just simply getting him through it again because I got two approaches from two different mentors, merged them together and tweaked it. And this is what I offer now. So that is why this channel exists. I am documenting my story so that you can also see what is possible for you. Working from home isn't just about making money, although that is a an important aspect of it. It's about being present. For me, it's about being present for my recovering son. It's about being present with my wife. It's about being present with my children. It's about being present for the causes that I'm passionate about. It's about still being able to build an income, but at the same time, to also make an impact in somebody else's life. When I remember that day that I lost my job, the day my wife got laid off on my birthday, and the day that I got my first paying client, and you help them walk through a positive transformation, I wouldn't give that up. I love working online from home. If any part of this resonated with you, You already know what to do. The link is below this video and in the first pinned comment. Book a discovery call with me. I look at your experience together and we're going to figure out what your offer is going to look like online. Your experience, even after 50, is worth more than you think. You just need to find it, and I'm here to help you. If you want to know how I hired myself after 2 years, then watch this video. Peace to you.